Hi, this is Sean with Ohmmu Energy, and today we're going to show you how to swap the 12-volt battery in your 2017 Dodge Ram 1500 4x4 with an H7 sodium battery Adventure Series from Ohmmu. So this is a Dodge Ram 1500, very good classic pickup truck, very capable trucks. People love them. People who buy them, I think, tend to buy them over and over again. This one has the Hemi V8, 5.7 liter. It's a very, very good, capable, solid gas powered truck, which is a little outside of our element here at Ohmmu. We typically are all about EVs, and we've done a lot of EV swaps. And so I talk a lot about EVs. This is a pickup truck, and this is kind of like, it's hard to describe it as anything more or less than that, because it's just a very good full-size typical pickup truck, like an F-150, a Ram 1500, your Silverado 1500s. For me, they're all very, very similar, and they're all solid vehicles, and I think they all have certain things they may do better or worse than the other, but they're all very good. I think they're all very good, strong pickup trucks. This one has a V8 engine, and so it uses an H7 battery. And we actually have our Adventure Series sodium batteries are all ready to go for these. And so that's what we're gonna swap into this truck today. It's a very easy swap. Dodge did a great job in that regard. It's one of the easiest battery swaps you can do, other than that the battery in there is a bit heavy. So you gotta have a little muscle to be able to lift that battery out. But beyond that, it's extremely simple. 3 bolts, the 2 on the terminals, and then 1 bolt that holds the battery down, and that's it. And they're all 10 millimeters. So it doesn't get any easier than that, truly. So the only tools you're gonna need for this will be a 10mm wrench. Typical 10mm socket wrench works perfectly fine. You might need a little extender to go down to the side of the battery where the little hold down bracket is. But other than that, it's very simple. For protection, use some kind of eye protection to protect yourself from the acid of the battery that's in there. And then the other would be something for your hands to, again, protect you from the acid that's in there. So gloves, rubber gloves, something that's rubber or plastic so that it's got some protection for your skin. All right, let's get started. All right, here we are under the hood, and here is the 12-volt battery to remove. We're gonna loosen. We're gonna loosen. Then bring in the caps off of your new battery. It'll be helpful to make sure you don't get any arcing or sparking of the cables coming back at the battery. So pull that terminal off, and then put your cover on. And same with the back, put the cover on. Now there's one last bolt to remove. Take that spacer, that kind of tie down, and set that off to the side. Now once you've got the battery loosened, it is heavy, so you kind of lift it more from the back first. And then you'll have to slide it out, because there's little legs that grab. There's one on the front, there's one on the side. So you got to clear those. You can't just pull it straight up. But once you've cleared those, then you can pull it up. Oh yeah. All right, let's get a weight on this stock lead acid battery. That is about 50 pounds, 50 pounds and 11 ounces. It's pretty good curling weight. Then you've got our H7 sodium coming in at 15 pounds and 5 ounces. So that's effectively a 35 pound weight loss. And that's the quickest way to lose 35 pounds. All right, let's bring in the sodium battery. So this is gonna be a lot easier than taking the other one out, just because the weight difference is so incredible. But when you get it down, there's a little spacer in the back, so you gotta make sure you clear that, and then slide it forward as far as you can, and this way as far as you can. That will make sure that it's underneath those 2 little lock edges. Then this part goes back in. You'll wanna have, see this part with the slope on it? That goes downward, so it's oriented just like this. So I guess another description would be the hollow side is going up. So you put that down, and if you've got the spacers all the way in place, that should go in just right. Also, you'll notice I've moved the caps back to this battery before putting it in. It's just a safety thing. We just want to make sure that we're always as protected as we can with terminals, because The sodiums, unlike the lithiums, sodiums are actually always alive, always active. There's no BMS that can cut them off between the cells and the terminals, while on our lithium batteries, there is. So in our lithium batteries, a short would actually only briefly short, and then the BMS would cut it off. On the sodium batteries, they are going to be more similar to lead in that sense, in which is you are going to be susceptible to a short that could really melt things down. So you have to be extra careful and make sure you don't allow the battery to short, just like you'd be used to if you work with batteries at all. So caps are a good idea to keep them, go ahead and keep them on. So now we can take the positive off, snug that down. Then the negative terminal. Now when you make this connection, there's always a good chance and likelihood of getting some arcing and sparking. That is okay, just go through it really quickly. So you want to line it up and then push it down onto the terminal quickly, and that'll minimize any potential arcing. And that is it. Very, very easy swap. All right, this Ram 1500 now has Adventure Series Sodium H7 battery from Ohmmu, which is also the same as 94R, and compatible with 27F. And the way that it's compatible with 27F is that 27F is just slightly taller. Everything else about it is the same, but it's slightly taller. So we actually include these spacers that go right there. And so double-sided tape, you remove that, and then right here where it says conversion spacer here, pop that right there. And then the 27F batteries, because most 27Fs are strapped from the top, and so they'll actually have a metal bracket that straps right there. And that is what that spacer allows you to do. So a lot of Toyotas use that size, and that's where that spacer is handy. All right, this 2017 Dodge Ram 1500 4x4 is now sporting the Ohmmu Adventure Series Sodium battery. It was a very quick and easy swap, quick and easy way to lose 35 pounds in your car. But more importantly, this battery is going to last a lot longer than the lead acid batteries. They're way cleaner in terms of environmental impact because the materials that go into them are much more abundant and non-toxic. And so the whole disposal process and recycling systems are just a lot less toxic and damaging to the environment. And then the higher cold cranking amps is also, depending on where you are, you might notice that too, like the higher cranking amps, just better performance overall from a battery that's designed to start an engine. So it's a great upgrade, and we're happy to have been able to do it on this vehicle. We appreciate the owner for allowing us the time with their vehicle to do this install. If you want to reach out to us, you can always find us at ohmmu.com. If you have any questions, reach out, support@ohmmu.com via email. And as always, enjoy your cars.